Hello, welcome. Yes, my name is Sheldon. Some people call me Shell, some people call me Shelly. Any variations to that is absolutely fine with me. But I wanted to introduce myself because I think it's very important that I get my own story out there because I do feel that my current healing process can be beneficial to people out there today. So that's what I really want to get. Those my objectives to this video. And yeah, I just want to start off by saying, look, I am an NPD warrior, and I think it's important to get my story out there. I want to help you guys through your process by kind of giving you what I've experienced and how I've gone through things. You may not like it, you may like it, but at the end of the day, take from it what you can get out of it at the end of the day. So just to tell you, I was living in Cape Town with the wife. Uh, Things went totally debauchery, absolute psychotic. I mean, I can't even to even think about it. It's still quite raw. But anyway, nonetheless, I was flown out here to Durban, another city in South Africa, where my parents put me into a clinic for major depression. I spent 3 weeks in there, and during my time in the clinic, I found that I started writing, I started journaling, and actually when I started journaling, I actually started started just it started flowing, like words just came out of me, and I was like, what the heck is this? Where is this from? And there was also there was a lot of self discovery through that experience. I started writing, and when I came out of those 3 weeks, I had quite a few already poetic literature that I put together, and so I decided, you know what, I like to express myself. I love dancing. I love various different forms of the arts, and well, that I've discovered today, or recently rather. But dancing has been the one thing that I've always been really in tune with. I love music of all sorts. I'm quite eclectic when it comes to music. But at the end of the day, uh, the point being is that I discovered myself, and what I did was I put up a Facebook page. I said, you know what, I'm just going to get myself out there. It was I also kind of used it as a platform to try and get some work. But it hasn't kind of gone the way that I wanted. But at the end of the day, it was still a good sounding board for me to express myself. And yeah, so getting back to the isolation part, when I came out of the clinic, I found myself here, literally in this room. Uh, and I've spent here in this. I mean, there's been a lot of emotions that have brought out in this room, in this space. I've cried so many days in this room, and and it's been good. It is to get that out there. It's so good to cry. If you need to cry, have a cry. Seriously, we can't bottle these emotions up. I mean, we've gone through so much that we need to get it out. And I find that writing is a really good way to do that. And if you need to cry, cry. Absolutely cry. You owe that to yourself. And yeah, so basically, it's been very difficult because I'm quite a sociable person, and I kind of found that there's a lot of you know being here is really transformed me because like I say, like the writing and all that, and it's been really good. And it's been a journey of self discovery, and I'm still doing that. I think I am planning on to going back to Ireland, where I spent 13 years and where I met the missus, who's actually from South Africa. So it was kind of ironic that I met her there and we came back here, only for me now to be going back to Ireland. It's kind of a very difficult circumstances because I'm having to leave my children with her, which is and I suppose it's the unknown of when I'm going to be able to come back uh, to be a support to them. So that bit is quite difficult and it's quite painful. Even when I think about it, it is heart wrenching. It is really gets me, really chokes me up, and that's a very difficult thing to have in the back of your mind. But they're coming up here for 3 weeks, and I'm really going to give it all my all to them because I owe that to them, and I owe it to myself. I want to enjoy them because at the end of the day, that's all I have this year is three weeks, and I'm going to make it really special for them. So yeah, so I also started. So I've learned loads of stuff about myself, and I started doing I started going to therapy, and I've been to 2 sessions. Tomorrow I got another one, and last week I discovered that I'm actually a codependent empath, and codependency is it's almost becomes an addiction at the end of the day because you got they create a neurological pathways that really screw us up, and we find ourselves, reacting all the time. Like, oh, why am I reacting? And that's why they've created that. They've created that chain. So you're always going to react. And, being here has helped me to detach from that. And you can't, in my circumstances, I was never going to be able to do that in the environment. Never going to happen. So I had to detach myself from the circumstances. Well, my parents did a really good thing in helping me to achieve that. So I detached myself from the situation, and I put out boundaries for her to say, like, you know what, I'm not talking to you verbally. This is a written format from now on, and that's it. Simple as, because I'm not going to have you twist words and for you to kind of turn your story. And it's helped me. It's been very, very productive and very, very necessary, because she can lie through her teeth, and I can throw it back at her and say, well, hang on, listen, hang on a minute. You said this. Now you're saying that. Which one is it? And it's important for them to have, for you to have, because it means that you're going to keep your boundaries intact and in place. And that's important. So that's the route I took. And I've been able to detach. I'm still a little bit emotional at times when certain subjects come up, and there's a certain nerve, but I'm taking that couple of minutes to say, now hang on, read this again, and read it a third time. And even if there's still a about, okay, well, where's the emotion? It's obviously we've got to cut the emotion out, because any emotion is going to drive them, it's going to fuel them, it's what they want. So you've got to cut that out, and it's a learning process. You get to learn slowly, and it's taken me quite some time up until to now to be able to do that, which is it's good. When you're out in an environment, it's a lot easier to do. And so my ethos, I'm a helper. What I've learned out of all of this, I'm a helper. I've been put on this place to help people. I've been put on this earth to help people. I feel people. I feel their emotions, and it's funny because even now, like after the session I had last week with my therapist, she said to me, you are an empath. You feel people's feelings. You feel what they feel, and that's a gift. And I'm like, do I really? Do I? And I kind of question myself with that. But then a couple of times during this week, and since then, I've watched a couple of videos, and I'm like, or a couple of programs on TV, and I'm like, I just started welling up. I'm like, I'm really getting teary and feeling what was portrayed in a clip on a TV. You know what I mean? So I was quite taken aback by that, because at the end of the day, I was feeling, and it's going that step further. So I'm now going back to Ireland, and I'm going to do what I need to do, and that's help people. I mean, I've been in the disability and elderly industry for a very long time, and it's to be going back to Dublin is it's a city that's probably now the most cosmopolitan city in Europe. Now that obviously England or UK took a Brexit, but yes, it's a beautiful city. It really is, and it's a buzzing city. And I love the Irish. I really do love the Irish, and I'm of Irish descent myself, so I'm going back there, and I think it's going to be really good for me. It's going to be another direction in my healing process, and I really want to encourage you guys to do something quite similar, because I'm actually finding that this video in itself, it's giving me confidence. It's giving me that energy. I want to really encourage you guys. I've come a long way. I mean, I'm not, you're going to see me as positive, I'm sure, but to get to this point where I'm at has been very, very difficult, and I would never have even thought of doing anything like this 2 months ago. So even in the last 2 months, I've grown quite a lot, and I want to encourage you guys, stick at it. Go through the motions, read up as much as you can read up, learn not only about the narcissist, but learn about yourself, because from here on in, it's about you. You need to learn about you, because you are the one who's in control of your destiny. You can turn this around. You can turn this around. Absolutely. You can turn this around, and it can be your focus, and you can build from this. All is not lost. I thank Almighty God for all my experiences that I've experienced in narcissism, because I would never be here if it wasn't for the experience. Thank you guys for listening, and for watching and tuning in. And I hope to put maybe another one of these out at a later stage. Good night. Thank you.